Hello and welcome to Artifact Seeker Prologue. It's free on Steam. It's the free version of Artifact Seeker, which was part of the official version. Blah, 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 blah. Continue. So it is exactly what you're probably expecting it to be. It is one of those mobile tower defense simulators where you're the tower. I believe. I don't know. It says it's a 3D roguelike survivor RPG game, which is typically the same kind of stuff. That we're doing here. I want to be the pretty lady. Oh look, she's on a thing. Too bad we can't choose the other ones to kind of look and see what they look like. We got not Batman, Robin, and I don't know, a witch lady. Only got one weapon, one skill. Sure. Now, it looks like it obviously could be played with a controller, but I'm playing it with a keyboard and a mouse, so seems pretty self-explanatory. Oh wow, we got the arrow key right there. That's gonna be there forever, because my controller is attached, I guess. I don't know. I seem to have managed to make it go away. So it looks like my weapon is these little spawns. All right, it's gotten better now that I have my little spawns and some actual attacks. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't choose Meteor. I actually should have. I like how short that level was. That's actually really really nice. We'll buy this. All right. I don't know. I guess we'll go here. This fancy place. The Dying Adventurer. He was wearing a tattered leather armor with deep wounds on his chest and abdomen. Blood was flowing out, staining his clothes and the ground red. His face was pale, his eyes were dull, and his breathing was weak. You approached him trying to help him, but he said something to you in a language you didn't understand. You can only feel his anxiety and fear from his tone and expression. He seems to be warning you or asking you for something. He used up his last strength and whispered, "Outer artifact code TM." I'll bet he did. His voice became smaller and smaller until it disappeared into the air. His eyes were closed forever. TM. You don't know what these letters mean, and your heart is full of questions and curiosity. You took one look at them and decided, well, dude, we're gonna take his backpack. Ooh, we got a bunch of coins and stuff. We're not gonna poison him because we're not gonna bury him because I don't really care about this dude at the moment. Ooh, my toxic beetle. Oh, well, we have to get rid of things. Get rid of the ice element. I don't really like that one. You were walking on a barren land when suddenly you hear a low moaning sound and a strange power drills into your body. You feel yourself being controlled by an invisible force filled with an irresistible desire. A traveler appears in front of you wearing a black hood that obscures his face, but you can see several tentacles extending from under the hood, shimmering with a moldy and dim color. The traveler fixed his gaze on you as if seeing something from within you. He made an unusual breathing sound and moaned, "Do you want to know?" Sure. What do you mean? The truth. Go ahead. The deluge of knowledge crashed upon your mind like a fierce storm. You felt as if you were immersed in a magnificent library with shelves and scrolls adorning every corner. I lost 90 HP, but some stuff got better. We'll just continue these things. Hooray for us. An elite fight. That sounds like a fun time. So, because I've played like a billion of these games, the question I always have to ask myself is like, what does this game do differently than any of the 100 or so games like this that I've played? And I will say that this is probably the most story-heavy version of, you know, the mobile tower defense games where you're the tower, I have seen. And that's a really positive, because otherwise you're just playing the same kind of stuff with a new paint, you know, new fresh paint thing or whatever. So I'm going to say, like, I'm very impressed with the story elements thus far. It definitely makes me hopeful for more stuff. I'm hoping that as time goes on, that you're able to unlock more weapon slots, because it feels somewhat limited. Oh, I killed the elite enemy. Hooray! And I didn't even finish this thing, though. Flame Dragon's kind of like a disappointing creature, I think. Sweet, we'll take this. And we'll continue. 12,000 gold, huh? Yeah. I'll buy this. I'll buy that. And that is it. You come across a lake at night. The water shimmers in the moonlight, creating a refreshing sight. In the center of the lake, you see a young girl with cascading blonde hair and several curly locks dipped in the water. Moonlight falls on her delicate skin, making her look like a living sculpture. You feel as if you yourself are also being watched. Yeah, we're gonna let her do her own thing, because that doesn't seem appropriate at all to, like, watch a girl when she's bathing in a lake. I am a gentleman. Or I guess in the case of this game, I'm a gentle lady. I don't know, I just think it's respectful to not, you know, spy on people when they're taking a shower or a bath or whatever. Although I will say, I mean, like, I was definitely tempted. She seemed to be very attractive, and I'm sure in this weird world that might have been acceptable. But I don't know, and I don't want to take the chance. I realize now that I don't think I've picked up any kind of, like, health regen stuff. Dude, what just fell on me? I don't think I killed whatever boss I was supposed to kill, but it looks like, I mean, you just kind of come here, you do the level, you go on to the next one. It's kind of cool. Like, I mean, it's... I have survived the Enchanted Forest Forbidden Zone. Crazy that we did. Okay. We're almost done to the boss. I'm only going to play up to the boss. Like, I'm not going to keep playing after it. Like, I mean, I've seen enough, I feel like, to say that it's a... You know, it's... excuse me. It's pretty decent. You know, when it comes to, you know, games such as this, it does about what you would expect it to do. I don't want to replace stuff. The only thing that I really feel it, kind of does differently in comparison to a lot of these titles is the story. And the story part, you know, it honestly is, you know, pretty cool. I feel like that's already maximum. I mean, it seems like it's, I don't know, I guess it does a little bit more damage. But anyway, but yeah, so like, all right, well, those are spikes. Don't walk into the spikes. From a story aspect, I definitely feel as though it seems to be a pretty interesting story. From what I was able to see so far, it feels very promising. A lot of cool upgrades, a lot of variety for the enemies, a pretty decent selection of weapons and stuff. The special attacks, those are pretty cool too. I mean, overall, like, I feel like it's relatively promising. It's not one that, like, I'm in love with, because honestly, I feel like I'm reaching, like, this point of, like, I have played so many of you know, games such as this. Like, I mean, literally hundreds upon hundreds of them, so it makes it a little hard to go into one and say, oh yeah, this is excellent, or it's going to add like a whole bunch of things that, you know, I perhaps haven't seen yet. Because honestly, I think it's pretty rare that it, you know, I do find something that's really new. It seems like my goal here is going to be to just kind of survive long enough to rebuild my special ability. And then use that repetitively. Like, I don't really seem to do a lot of damage, which is kind of disappointing. Like, this boss is just not really getting any lower in health at a speed that would make me happy. I'm actually really disappointed with that. Even that attack does such a small amount of damage where it's almost like, what was even the point? It kind of makes me think that I'm not supposed to win this first boss fight, but that doesn't make sense. I would imagine that you should definitely be finishing it, because honestly it hasn't been very difficult to get here. I definitely feel as though I chose poorly with like the poison rain. I should have done something different. The poison rain doesn't really seem to be all that great. Like, it's kind of cool, but overall it doesn't really seem like it does a lot of damage. Certainly not enough to make it worth it. Yeah, Remus is almost dead. With a name like that, only a mother could love. I feel like she would probably want to wear something differently if she was going to go into this much combat. Ooh, I don't know if any of those things do. Loot range. Why not? Lots of new cool stuffs. What happens when we finish? Oh, we get this cool little video of things. What is it that we're seeing? It's a boat and a little goblin dude. Little goblin zombie. Or not. I don't really know. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. Alright, and we're off to another place, the Frosty Ice Mountain. Yeah, I'm not going to go into this one, though. I'm going to just stop where I was. The link is in the description if you want to try this yourself. Remember, the game is free because it's a prologue to the game that's going to come out eventually in the future. If you like it, though, please be sure you go and follow the page, whatever, to get to the main thing or whatever. And then wishlist it and stuff if you like it. It's pretty good. Like, it's enjoyable. The story elements are nice. Graphically, it looks nice. But it's still definitely very much kind of the same sort of thing that you would expect from any game like this, but it's fun.